Hello and good day, everybody, all the YouTube fans. I wanted to give you an update of what has just happened. I have just got off of work and I've been very busy today. I'm very excited that my work is actually picking up. And I came home and I put my 17.5mm LeBret in. Last video, basically, I just informed you that I had to downsize the LeBret because I had taped it, put the 17.5mm LeBret in, and actually had to downsize it because my lip was getting very pissed off at me. I let that rest for, was it about a week now? I don't remember when I made the last video. I think it's been about a week, somewhere around there. Close enough. Anyway, I had a little bit of, still a lot of pussing, a little bit of bleeding around the bottom portion of the LeBret. It was kind of kicking out. The skin was kind of kicking out, so I was getting concerned with that. So I downsized right away. I did a couple, it wasn't sea salt. I said sea salt in the last video. It was actually just table salt soaks. That seemed to help quite a bit, actually. Did the, Listerine consistently. Just kept the area as clean as possible, put some antibacterial soap around the LeBret on the outside, was taking the LeBret out, washing the LeBret, making sure that it was clean, put it back in, that type of thing. So I kept it in pretty good health, or took care of it fairly decently. So it actually shrunk down a little bit, and it was, it's not fully healed, but it's actually a lot more manageable. And let's see, it was yesterday actually. I was looking at it and kind of playing with the LeBret, seeing if I had room in there, and it was actually loose. I typically push up with my teeth on the inside. I push up on it and try to see if there's a hole on the outside, and I kind of push air in between that, and I was hearing air going back and forth, which I figured because I went from 17.5mm back down to 15.5. I figured there'd be a little bit of a gap there, which there was. So I ended up taping the LeBret again with electrical tape, so I had that in from yesterday to today. And I was just trying to size up the 17.5mm with the taped 15.5mm, just put it up to to it and see if it'd fit. But the 17.5 was just a little bit too large. But there was still a little bit of a gap there, so I took the LeBret out that was taped, and I actually put this in, and it slid right in perfectly. It's not hurting whatsoever. It feels comfortable. So from the stretch previous to now, the lip is probably just used to that size. It was just upset because it wasn't really used to that size, so now putting this back in, it's good to go. So I should be at 3/4 inch pretty soon, hopefully next week maybe, we'll see. I'm probably going to give this a day or two before I start taping, just to make sure that the lip is copacetic, and make sure it's not pissed off at me, because it does, apparently it gets mad at me sometimes. So definitely was a big stretch because I ended up pushing it in the morning. But now I'm rambling, so I apologize. Anyway, another update. My tunnels are polished up now, very smooth, and ready to be worn, but not yet. My ears are really close to being for them to be put in. I tried one of them on my right ear. My right ear is more stretchy than my left ear. So I tried my right ear first, and it was almost going in, but I didn't want to push it too much because I don't want any blowouts. I don't want it to rip. I don't want blood and nastiness all over the place, because I've been stretching my ears for way too long. About 8 years, if you're curious. Been stretching my ears for way too long for them to be fucked up. And so I'm just taking my ears a little bit slower here. So I would imagine maybe 1 more week, 2 at most. The plug itself now and the actual size of the tunnel are almost dead on as far as size is concerned. So I'm going to tape it just a couple more times, and just to make sure that my lobes are um, just a little bit past that size, so when I do actually put the tunnels in, they'll go in rather than me trying to force them in slowly. So I'm gonna make them just a little bit bigger. My left ear has is a little bit. I believe it has a lot of scar tissue, which makes it hard to stretch. But I've been doing it for some time. I've had a lot of bad experiences in the past when I was younger, and I didn't have access to the internet and BME, of course, which I've gotten a lot of information from IM and BME and then forums. Uh, Most recently, or since I've ever been connected to that website, but a lot of good information that I've now filled my head with and try to stick with some of the general rules to stretching or good health care and stuff like that. So but what I'm going to do is when I get to this size, 1.75 inches, I'm going to do my best to do vitamin E oil rubs and jojoba oil rubs on it, just so that tissue becomes soft again. Apparently I can, some of the vitamin E oils and stuff like that will help reduce some of the scar tissue, um, which I definitely need if I'm going to get up to 2 inches. Getting to the point where it's at now has definitely been a challenge, but it's been doable so far, and it has been doable for the last few stretches. So I've been thankful that my lobe has not ripped so far. That would suck. So anyway, this is my update so far. 17.5 millimeter in my lip now. Thanks, Carl, again. MobiK, you rock, dude. And the next update should be with my tunnels in, which, well, we'll see. It might be next week, it might be a little bit sooner, so when I do have them out, I'll give an update, and maybe I'll be taping my labret for the 3/4 inch. So anyway, have a good one, everybody. Peace.